everyone, and welcome into Big Ten Today. I am Michelle Steele. Now, camp is open all across the league. My producers told me there would be no math, but there is exactly 12 days until real football, the 12 days of football Christmas. Now, we're going to head to Lincoln, Nebraska in just a moment, but first, our big story takes us to Bloomington, Indiana, where the defending national champions are busy at fall camp. Indiana became the second lowest ranked team in the AP poll era to win the title when they beat Miami in the CFP championship to complete, yes, a perfect 16-0 season. But head coach Curt Cignetti is not the type to rest on his laurels, as Dave Revson found out when they chatted recently after practice.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but you guys were picked third in the Big Ten. You know, we talked about trying to stay on top of the mountain and motivation and how you motivate your guys. To what extent, if any, will you use that as motivation?
Not a whole lot. I don't think I have to. They see it. Ohio State's a great program, as is Oregon. You know, there's some great programs in the Big Ten, top to bottom. You know, there's a lot of polls that have come out. There's a lot of comments that are made. We'll find things. But I think it's more important to kind of consistently try to meet the standard every day and improve as much as possible, and buy into that process and do it. You know, get everybody doing it the way we want them to do it. And then a little motivation or a chip on our shoulder always helps. And I'll find something, trust me.
I want to ask you about your quarterback. When you were hired, the day you were hired, you told us all, I do pretty well with quarterbacks. And as it turns out, you were telling the truth. So now you got Josh Hoover coming in from TCU. How has he developed, and where is he in terms of, you know, where Fernando was a year ago and where Rourke was 2 years ago?
You know, I think they've all been about the same point, to be quite honest with you, at this point in camp. And I think he's really settling in nicely. It's, you know, it's not perfect execution yet, but, you know, he's getting concepts and looks for the first time. You know, there might be some new concepts in fall camp, and Bryant's got some new stuff too, and it's repetitions of other learning, but I see him really settling in.
I want to ask you a little bit big picture. I mean, this has all happened so quickly. Mm-hmm. So what are your long-term goals for the program? Like, what are things that need to be done that might have, in an ordinary world, been intermediate steps where you would have kind of gradually built it, but now all of a sudden here you are, you're the national champs. What do you need to do to maintain it?
Well, you know, in the world of college athletics right now, it's changing so fast. You got to be flexible and light on your feet. And what's important a year ago may not be important today. And there's going to be more changes, rapid changes, no doubt about it. And, you know, Pam Whitten and Scott Dolson, they're committed. There's no question. They want to be the best. And so we work really well together. Obviously, you know, there's a facility plan. We've improved our facilities quite a bit since I've been here.
Carpet's better.
Yeah, the carpet's better. There's no doubt about it. We've done a lot of things, a lot of nice things. So, you know, we'll just take it as it comes. We got the largest donor base in America. And, you know, donations are really up. So one day at a time, and improve as much as possible.
One last question. There's been some criticism of the non-conference schedule. What's the ideal non-conference schedule in your mind?
I guess I've never looked at it that way. You know, Scott kind of had a philosophy before he hired me. You know, he wanted the front end to look a certain way. Some of those games have really been pretty important for us in our development and guys' confidence. I think that our conference schedule will change, you know, in the next few years across college football, you know, because there's going to be a lot of changes. Yeah, I'd like to play Notre Dame. They ought to come to our place twice, and we'll go up there once since they're not in a conference. I'd love to play them. Be a great in-state game, you know. I guess there's a backstory to that. I don't quite know what it is. So, you know, it is what it is, and Big Ten schedule's pretty darn tough, too.
Let's take a look at the big picture now. Curt Cignetti's program trying to join this list and become the first Big Ten school since Michigan State to repeat as national champions, and it's been a minute. They last did that 60 years ago. You got the head coach and both coordinators back in Bloomington. The schedule's manageable, but a good amount of roster turnover. Let's go back to Dave and the guys to preview the Hoosiers' chances this season from Bloomington. Dave?
Michelle, thanks. Dave Rebson along with Jake Butt and Howard Griffith as we break down our day with the national champion Indiana Hoosiers that never, ever will get old to say. What did you take from spending a day with IU?
Well, they're not complacent. They're not patting themselves on the back. It's full steam ahead to try to go and, walk that long road once again. And I think the first takeaway, this is my first time getting to see them practice, and I'm just blown away by the efficiency. It's a true championship program. Every single second of practice has a purpose behind it. There's a reason behind it. And from Cignetti down to the coordinators, down to the assistant coaches, there's a championship standard that everyone is held to, and they will hold each other accountable if they fall short. This is one of the best teams in college football, once again, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, it's funny. For me, this is my third time seeing them in the summer. And the first summer we were here, they said, hey, it's practices. They go quick, right? It may have an hour 45. It's not going to be an hour 45. And so part of what we talked about on the bus last night and even today was just how efficient they are. They don't waste time. And I think that's hard for a lot of people that don't get an opportunity to see them to quantify, well, what does that really mean? And I think you did a great job of it. It's the efficiency, understanding that every rep is important and moving it through.
And they did move them through, and they moved them through really impressively. I mean, this is an incredibly good team. It's funny, we were talking to Curt Cignetti. He's kind enough to give us time in his office beforehand, and he said to us, all I see in camp is problems. And look, there were moments probably that they would like to have back. Not everything was perfect. It's never going to be perfect in camp. But all I saw was incredible talent. I mean, across the board. To me, it started with the defensive line, which is as good as any, if not better than any we've seen in 20 years of doing this.
That defensive line is the standout group here for sure. They were already deep, and then you go and bring Stephen Daly back and Wyatt back, and it's like, yeah, good luck, guys, because usually when teams talk about depth, they're saying we love our starters, and then we trust the second unit. But really, they have 4 guys that are elite starters, and then the next 4 are also elite starters, and we could keep going on and on down the depth chart, and it fits perfectly with Bryant Haynes' defense, which they require a lot of movement in games. Anytime the first unit gets tired, in comes the second unit. That'd be a nightmare to try to protect against offensively.
And understanding that it's not an easy defense, right? There's complex, as you just talked about. So the attention to detail that these players have to have each and every day in practice, because as we go back to being efficient, you may only get 2 shots. And you don't want to be on film making a mistake in two of the reps that you've gotten. So the standard is so high. And I think that's why when you think of Coach Cignetti, you have to say that he is a great coach, not a good coach, a great coach, because of what he's been able to do. That part of his career has already been cemented.
Has authored the greatest story in college football that I can ever remember. I mean, in 2 years to go from losing his program in the history of the sport to undefeated national champs. Part of the way that he's done that is great defense, and we were talking about that. Part of it is really, really good quarterback play. You had the Heisman Trophy winner here last year in Fernando Mendoza. Josh Hoover comes in from TCU. What did you see from Hoover's play?
Really like the experience that he brings to the table. He knows where he wants to go with the football, anticipating, and also playing when a play is not there. When you see players scrambling in practice, a lot of times when we see him in practice, they'll hold on to it and get tackled. No, he's playing at game speed, so he's throwing it away if nothing is there. And that just shows you the level of the football IQ that he has.
Cignetti's got a type when he goes into the portal to get a quarterback, and it is a veteran, experienced quarterback. And why? He doesn't want to teach the footwork or all the basic day one fundamentals. Hoover's got that down pat. But now the advantage is you're going up against Bryant Haynes' defense. You're really starting to understand the complexity. You're starting to build that chemistry with your wide receivers. And I think that's still going to take some time. But Hoover, he's clearly talented for a reason, throws a very catchable football. And once again, I wouldn't be shocked to see him in the Heisman race come November, once again.
Well, Curtis Rourke finished in the top 10. Fernando Mendoza won it. Curt Cignetti told us on the day he was hired, I do well with quarterbacks. So I think there's no reason to believe that Josh Hoover won't be at a similar level.